Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts. Transformational projects that will make Canada an energy superpower. That is how Prime Minister Mark Carney described the latest batch of so-called nation-building projects. Carney announced the list today, along with a promise to fast-track development. And on that list is a hydro project in Nunavut's capital.
This is a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough for Arctic sovereignty and sustainability. It will be 100% Inuit-owned hydro energy project. It will save $1.9 billion in diesel costs over the next 50 years while providing affordable, reliable, emissions-free power in the Arctic.
It's called the Iqaluit Nuqiqsawtiit Project. Nunavut Nuqiqsawtiit Corporation, or NNC, is the Inuit-owned clean energy company in charge of it. And the project is estimated to cost $500 million. The CBC's Juanita Taylor has been following this story all day, and she joins me now live with more. So, Juanita, what do we know so far about this project?
Well, Megan, it's still in the process of getting a feasibility study done. They have done community consultations, but they are planning on doing more community consultations. It's basically a water power plant 60 kilometers northeast of Nunavut's capital city along the Kugaluk River that would generate 15 to 30 megawatts of power. Now, groundbreaking, 100% Inuit owned by the Nunavut Nuqiqsawtiit Corporation, or NNC, called the Iqaluit Nuqiqsawtiit Project, as you mentioned, Megan. Now, this has the potential to become Iqaluit's main electricity source, replacing diesel-generated electricity with clean, renewable power, and that's what makes it groundbreaking. It also has the potential to be made bigger to supply electricity for heating homes, businesses in Iqaluit, and also they are thinking of the future in this. They want to include mines that could be built in the future nearby. Now, as for it being a nation-building project and why the federal government is supporting this project, have a listen to what NNC's Harry Flaherty had to say about that.
I think putting a footprint, federal government putting a footprint in the Arctic, it's a point of sending a message to the rest that we are in the Arctic, we're supporting the Arctic, we're concerned with their security concerns, sovereignty concerns.
And Flaherty also says that because this project is nearly shovel-ready and has about 70 to 80% of Iqaluit's support, that it was a go-getter for the federal government to select one of these as its major 7 projects today.
I'm sure there was a lot of excitement around this, Juanita. What is the reaction so far that you've been hearing?
Yeah, wouldn't it have been nice to be in Iqaluit today just to get that feel of the excitement? Of course, Nunavut Nuqiqsawtiit Corporation is celebrating this. Harry Flaherty said that he was very emotional when he got the news as he was sitting on a plane heading back to Iqaluit. Now, this project would get Nunavut's largest community off its reliance of diesel fuel. We know that all of Nunavut's 25 communities rely on this, and in Iqaluit particularly, for a community of about 9,000 people, which depends exclusively on imported fossil fuels for diesel plant power generation, Iqaluit uses 17 million liters of diesel every year. Now, as we know, Megan, in the north, the fuel is shipped in bulk during the short summer season, stored in tank facilities, and in a territory where most communities have aging power plants, they mostly require upgrades and replacements. Now, NNC says that this project, once it's up and running, it should reduce the cost of power, where the cost of electricity, of course, is the highest in Canada. Now, as an example, NNC said that in the last 6 years, the cost of market fuel has increased by about 22%, and of course that will go up in the future years. Now, Megan, the latest estimate for this project shows a total cost at about $5 million, as you mentioned. It still has to go through a rigorous environmental assessment, but if rather 500 million, but if everything goes smoothly, NNC says that the earliest start for construction would be in 2028.
Okay, thank you so much, Juanita. That is the CBC's Juanita Taylor reporting live in Yellowknife. Now, projects proposed by the Northwest Territories did not make the list today, including the Arctic Economic and Security Corridor, the Mackenzie Valley Highway, and the Tulston Hydro expansion. The NWT's minister responsible for strategic infrastructure, though, says she's not too worried about getting on the list this time.
I am frankly quite pleased to see that the federal government is continuing to prioritize the North, right? You see Project Inuit, prioritize, and also even the project in northern BC that's potentially looking at the Yukon. So they're prioritizing projects that I would say still support the theme of unlocking the potential of northern opportunities, which is going to take time and commitment and money, and we want to see them continue that momentum.
While the Northwest Territories was overlooked, 2 of the 7 projects Carney announced today could impact the Yukon, as you just heard there. First, the North Coast Transmission Line in Northwest BC, which includes a possible link to the Yukon. Now, if that happens, the Yukon would be connected to Canada's larger electricity grid. The Northwest Critical Conservation Corridor also included the Yukon. That would look at critical mineral and clean power developments in both Yukon and Northwest BC. Kate McKenna now brings us more on the national impact of today's announcement.
At a BC hydro facility, Prime Minister Mark Carney announced a new set of projects he says will make Canada more independent, sustainable, and prosperous.
They're here to reinforce our nation. They are part of nation-building strategies to transform our economies.
Being added to the list is supposed to boost private investment and cut through red tape to get projects built faster.
For many of our projects, they've been in development for quite a while, and there's a lot of work as you get to the end of the line, and you need to pull things over.
Of the new projects on the list, 2 are in British Columbia, the North Coast Transmission Line and Silism's LNG, and 3 critical mineral mines, Canada Nickel's Crawford project in Ontario, the Nouveau Monde graphite mine in Quebec, and the Sisson mine in New Brunswick, as well a hydro project in Iqaluit.
Our job is all about making sure that people get across the line, get everything they need to get built on time and on budget, and ensure that Canadians have competitive mines, competitive pipelines, competitive LNG facilities.
All of this is part of a push to reorient the Canadian economy amid trade turmoil with the United States.
We're in a situation because of all these changes in the world that many of our historic strengths, based on close ties with the United States, have become our vulnerabilities.
For years, industry has warned getting things built takes too long. Canada's major project strategy is trying to address that.
We kind of had a lost decade where we really weren't focusing on the economy. So I think the government is headed in the right direction, but we need to be even bolder, I think.
There's nothing on the list for Alberta. The province has been pushing for a pipeline. Premier Danielle Smith says she's in negotiations with her federal counterparts to hammer out some sort of deal. Kate McKenna, CBC News, Ottawa.
Major projects are also on the minds of Nunavut's mayors as they gather in Iqaluit this week for their annual meeting. It comes as the federal government pledges $1 billion in funding for infrastructure development in the north. The CBC's Mahnur Mubarak has more.
The Nunavut Association of Municipalities held a panel discussion on dual-use infrastructure and the need for Nunavut communities to be involved. Dual-use infrastructure is infrastructure that could be used for civilian or military use. It includes things like airports, all-season roads, and seaports. The federal government is investing $1 billion in dual-use infrastructure over the next 4 years in the Arctic. Wayne Gregory is the mayor of Cambridge Bay, and he says that paving an airport runway, which could be used for defense, would also benefit the community.
We'd be able to have the jet service, and we'd be able to bring in extra cargo. We'd be able to transport and have fresher and more cost-effective food.
Matt Gemmell is Executive Director of Policy and Public Affairs at the Federation of Canadian Municipalities.
Our main recommendation to the federal government, though, is to ensure that core municipal infrastructure, the basic water, wastewater infrastructure, road infrastructure, community culture and rec infrastructure, is also invested in and strengthened at the same time.
Laurie Idlout, Nunavut's NDP MP, says that while investing in infrastructure is good, other key investments need to be made into the territory as well.
As much as I appreciate the focus in this area, we also need to keep in mind that we have to focus on the immediate needs of Nunavut. There are children that need to be fed, there are families that need to have better housing, there are schools that need to be upgraded, and there are health centers and a healthcare system that needs to do a better job taking care of the people in Nunavut.
The Nunavut Association of Municipalities conference ends today, as many in the north wait to see when these developments will actually begin. Mahanur Mubarak, CBC News, Iqaluit.
We have an update tonight on the alleged attack that happened on the Millennium Trail in Whitehorse last weekend. According to the RCMP, a woman who was jogging on the trail was followed and attacked by a man. The CBC's Virginie Ann reports from the Whitehorse courthouse with the latest details.
The name of the accused man in relation to a recent alleged attack on a popular trail in Whitehorse has been released. CBC can now report that 20-year-old Alexis Léger has been identified as the accused. He was arrested over the weekend after he allegedly attacked a woman who was jogging on the Millennium Trail Saturday. Léger first appeared in court on Monday when he was charged with sexual assault and assault causing bodily harm. And that's when a publication ban was issued. At the time, it was understood that it was to protect the identity of the victim, the court proceedings, and the accused, which in this case is Léger. However, Judge Morrison asked the Crown for clarification on that earlier today. She said there was a misunderstanding and that the publication ban doesn't protect the accused name. The Crown and defense lawyer both stood in silence for a bit, then consulted each other before agreeing with Judge Morrison. The Crown said it was an unusual miscommunication. Meanwhile, the publication ban remains on the victim's identity and court proceedings, including any potential bail hearing. The Crown says that Léger still needs to come up with a plan in light of the charges. Léger remains in custody and he's set to appear again in court on November 26. Virginie Ann, CBC News, Whitehorse.
People in Whitehorse say they're more aware of their surroundings following that incident on the Millennium Trail last weekend. CBC asked some residents what they're doing to keep safe and how the incident will affect their use of the trail.
I do sometimes come on weekends. I bring my big dog. Around we go. Has it changed that? Maybe a little, but only in that I might tell people, hey, I am going down here on the trail kind of thing. I'm due back at this point. But other than that, it's my trail. It is a public trail, and I think the best way is just to take that back.
We're definitely going to make sure it's daylight and we're with somebody.
Now, when you say after, what incident are you referring to?
Oh, the incident on Saturday.
So this is going to change how you use the trail?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And today we chose this trail because it's more wide open and yeah. But we will definitely get back on there.
Yeah, I have two young daughters and a wife that are definitely... thinking about changing their behavior, making sure they bring the dog when they're walking, that kind of thing. Walking when it's daylight or in groups, obviously. There definitely some comfort to know that there was a suspect arrested and hopefully that can be addressed and we can move forward to the way it used to be.
Trail. I see you're out running. Yeah. Is this going to alter your behavior or change the way you feel about the trail?
Yes and no. I think I've thought a lot about it. I think I already am or was more vigilant. For example, not running at night by myself or something like that. But I think generally speaking, I feel confident to run, especially at lunchtime. There's a lot of people out.
And our thanks to the CBC's Nancy Thompson for getting those voices. The man who killed 24-year-old Roland Lamelis in Hay River 3 years ago was handed a 12-year prison sentence today. Jordan Moya was charged after the body of Roland Lamelis was found on Lagoon Road. 20 community members, friends, and family read victim impact statements to the court during Moya's sentencing hearing. Many spoke about the growing impacts of drugs and violence in their town. Moya's apology was read out after the court heard the victim impact statements. Jordan Moya will serve his 12-year sentence in a federal penitentiary. We brought you a story about the new multi-million-dollar biathlon building going up in Whitehorse on Wednesday. But other Yukon sports groups say they're feeling the pinch when it comes to finding enough space. They say a growing population and a lack of infrastructure are to blame. The CBC's George Moratis reports.
The Canada Games Centre opened 20 years ago. In that time, Whitehorse's population has grown by about 9,000. Hockey infrastructure has not. There's actually less ice than when the CGC first opened. Stan McGowan Arena is long gone, leaving just 3 rinks. That's bad news for sports organizations like the Whitehorse Women's Hockey League.
In terms of the league, we are flat out full on so busy.
To try and meet demand, the league has added late night games. They also play early in the morning. Still, some who want to play simply can't.
We split the league into 2 divisions. We're just trying to find opportunities to include as many people as possible. But yeah, we do have two wait lists, one in each division, people trying to get in.
And it's not just women's hockey feeling the pinch.
Yeah, we're pretty much at the capacity now where there are age groups, unfortunately, that are waitlisted, and we can't expand any further. We don't have the CGC space. We don't have school gyms. We can't access any more space. So we try to squeeze in a few more kids per team, but then that crowds the actual field space. Any space we can book, we have it completely full. We don't have any unused space, and every year we seem to be asking for slightly more space, whether it's an extra 15 minutes or an additional school gym or something like that. So
Banks says while the outdoor game can manage demand, it's indoor soccer that can't grow. He says if bigger gyms had been built when new schools were, the situation would be a lot different.
Grew up here and I've seen like the population and the diversity grow year after year, and so I know that there's people who can't get into leagues because they're full, and there is probably an appetite for maybe a women's league or another co-ed league, but there's just not the gym space for it.
Well, I think we've outgrown the infrastructure. This has been front of mind for us, probably for the last 2 years. It's been one of our priorities. And we know in speaking with our 80 member organizations where their barriers for growth are, and it always comes down to infrastructure, George.
Bilski says choosing not to host the 2027 Canada Winter Games contributed to today's sports space challenge.
Sports reference, we dropped the ball, it seems like. Touchdown was there with the Canada Winter Games, and then all of a sudden fumble. Yeah. The other team has the ball, and like what happened there?
It was pretty devastating for sport, but I think what happened is there was some work being done before 2020, before COVID hit. And then all of a sudden, when people started to, their heads started to come out of the fog in 2022, to host a games in 2027 in 5 years just seemed pretty daunting because we needed infrastructure.
Sport Yukon says they are now in talks to see the old Polarette's gymnastics facility turned into a multi-sport venue. Premier Designate Curry Dixon also campaigned with sports infrastructure as a top priority. Now with the Yukon Party in power, we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. George Moratis, CBC News, Whitehorse.
The first week of November marks the beginning of preseason training on Whitehorse's Mount Sima ski hill. It attracts winter athletes from across the country trying to get a leg up on upcoming competitions around the world. Isabella Calisi has more.
Mount Sima Ski Hill is marking 10 years of opening its slopes early for preseason winter training. The mountain attracts hundreds of athletes and coaches from across the country, making a big difference for early winter competitions, giving teams a chance to stay in the country rather than flying to mountains in the United States or elsewhere.
Huge. So any of the other ski areas pretty much in North America that are open right now are just for the public. We can't build features, we can't train, and for the mountain here to be able to host that, it draws a huge population for the first thing, and they charge a slightly different rate, so we pay a premium for it, but like they win because they're able to collect better revenue, and then we win because we have a place that we can actually get on snow and train proper in November.
The pre-season training has been so popular, Mount Sima has turned teams away due to capacity issues on the slopes and available daylight in the winter. This is something they're hoping to improve on in the future.
We're kind of maxed out on space, to be honest. Currently it's all alpine ski racing teams plus some snowboard. The rest of the snowboard contingency starts arriving this weekend, and it starts to grow from there. But yeah, it's one of the reasons we're kind of bursting at the seams, and in the future we hope to add some more time to our ability to have racers on the mountain, and by adding lights to the run that they're on right now, because we have so many teams that want to be here. We have something like 10 teams right now that can't come because we can't accommodate them. It's very busy.
Otley says at its peak, about 170 athletes are on the mountain at a time, and just under 350 visiting Whitehorse in total, giving local businesses and hotels an extra economic boost as well. Isabella Clacy, CBC News, Whitehorse.
An author in Fort Smith NWT is launching a new book. It's called Dispatches from Canada's North. The collection of more than 40 stories chronicles her move to the north from Montreal nearly 20 years ago. And it's also an exploration of what it means to find home. Carla Ulrich has that story.
Elena Katz has lived in Fort Smith since 2006. She hasn't let her severe visual impairment stop her from building a rich life rooted in community and storytelling. Kat says that when she first moved north from Montreal, she experienced enchantment, disorientation, and finally, a sense of belonging.
You know, when you're in the city, you're really disconnected from what's around you, nature. Everything's very distinct and has its own little silo. And here, it was learning about that unbroken connection between the land, the people, and the culture, and how all of those things are all intertwined.
Kat says the stories for her book began long before she planned to write it. When she first moved to the north from Montreal, her friends wanted to know what life was like, so she sent them letters every month for 3 years. Each one focused on something she was learning or adjusting to. Her mailing list grew as friends shared the letters with other people, and Kat said those early stories eventually grew into this book.
When they would get the letters, I would often get comments back about oh my gosh, this is so different than, this is so different than our lives down here. And sometimes they would ask me questions or whatever, but they were really quite curious about just what it was like up here.
Katz launches the book this Sunday at the Prince of Wales Northern Heritage Centre in Yellowknife, and then at the Northern Life Museum and Cultural Centre in Fort Smith on November 21st. The event includes a reading, refreshments, and a game of Northern Jeopardy. Carla Ulrich, CBC News, Fort Smith.
Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister was supposed to be in Greenland this week to open a new Canadian consulate, but the trip has been postponed due to bad weather. The creation of the consulate was part of the federal government's Arctic foreign policy announced last year. So far, there's no new date for when that trip will be rescheduled. That's the weather in Greenland. So now let's take a look at the weather where you are. And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. I'm Megan Roberts. Have a good night.